Coming up next, I'm going to tell you what you can't be without if you want to get promoted. And then more news on the number of workers that are quitting. And of course, we're going to take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, folks, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you discover and do what you were born to do. We're talking about the work context because, very simply put, you were created to fill a unique role in your work. That means you are needed, and that means you must do it. Somebody out there needs you to show up and be the best version of you. And my goodness, don't you know that there's more to life than just a Monday through Friday slog, just getting a paycheck? You know there's more to the work than the paycheck. You know there's purpose. You desire to make a difference in the lives of others. And so that's what we help you with here on the Ken Coleman Show. I want to say hello. Check in the chat room right here on YouTube. If you're watching live just after noon Eastern Standard Time, you can engage here on the chat room. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe as we continue to grow. That helps us. 844-747-2577 is the phone number, 844-747-2577. Okay, very excited to tell you about tomorrow's show. Okay, Jasmine Star, entrepreneurial queen, wizard, genius. She's just phenomenal. She's a friend, and she's going to be live in the studio. So ladies out there and men who want to grow a side business and turn it into your full-time gig, you want to grow your social media and monetize your social media, you just need to be inspired by someone who took a love of photography and grew it into an amazing business that she and her husband run together. Couples, you want to do it together and you want to win. The amount of topics that we can discuss with Jasmine are numerous. And here's what we're going to do. What's unique about this show is that you, the listener, you, the viewer, get to call in and ask questions of me. And now, going forward, we're going to have guests that you can talk to directly. So not just me interviewing Jasmine, but you being able to ask her direct questions. That's tomorrow's show. You can check her out on Instagram at Jasmine Star. She's amazing. She's full of energy. It's going to be combustible. They're going to have to tie us both down to our chairs because we're so passionate about helping you. So it's going to be a great show. So you don't want to miss that. You can watch it live at noon Eastern time here on YouTube, or of course we'll post it later and you can watch it later. But if you'd like to jump in on the conversation and ask Jasmine a question, mark your calendars tomorrow, noon Eastern time, live right here on YouTube. It's going to be a really, really good show, and can't wait for her to join me. So big fun announcement there. More announcements, more goodies coming to you a little bit later in the program, but let's dive in. So all of us want to get promoted. On some level, we want to be promoted. We want to do more, make more. That's just the reality. And it is stage 5 of the 7 stages that I teach here on the program, that I write about, that I speak about. There's 7 stages for you to walk through, to discover and do what you were born to do, to make the contribution, to make the income and impact, to make money and experience meaning. 7 stages. Stage 5 is get promoted. So teaching a lot on get promoted this week. And so today I want to walk through. There is a list of things that if you say, okay, I know where I must assess myself and have others assess me so that I am developing as a person and thus becoming more promotable and being promoted. So let's just walk through a list, and I'm going to dive deep in one specific area. So you can't be promotable and you cannot get promoted if you are not self-aware. So you can't get promoted if you aren't aware of yourself. You show me a person who's not catching breaks and not getting promoted, I'm going to show you a person who's walking around with blind spots everywhere. Self-awareness is huge. It is the foundation by which we grow. And growth is the fuel for being promoted. So everybody understands that. So let's dive in. Self-awareness. Obviously, the core methodology of this show, stage 1, is get clear. So you must be aware of talent, what you do best. You must be aware of your passion, work that you love to do. And you must be aware of results that matter deeply to you, your mission. When I know my talent, my passion, and my mission, and I get them in alignment, boom, I see all kinds of possibilities. I will then put myself in a position to where people look at me and go, you were born for this. Because I'm operating at peak levels of performance. Let's go deeper. How about personality profiles? I'm a big fan of personality assessments. At Ramsey Solutions, we have a DISC assessment. It's a wonderful tool. RamseySolutions.com. You want to go get it. There are other personality assessments out there that don't speak to talent, passion, and mission like my Get Clear career assessment does. You can get that at KenColeman.com. It'll help you see talent, passion, mission, fill out a purpose statement, and push you to the marketplace where you see where you can do multiple things. But personality profiles and assessments are very good, very healthy as well, because it shows me my inner workings as it relates to the way I see things, the way I react to things. It's personality. And then the final piece, my character qualities. You got to have character qualities. It's above and beyond talent, passion, and mission. It's above and beyond personality. These are the qualities by which I bring to the table. There are 5 that I write about in the new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. Number 1, likable. We can all be more likable. Number 2 is coachable. We can all be more coachable. Everybody needs a coach. You need a coach in multiple areas of your life. But when you are in a work environment, you will need to receive instruction from time to time, and you will need to receive correction. Do you have a spirit of coachability? Can you get over yourself long enough to improve yourself? Ooh, somebody needs to write that down. That's good. Coachability is I can get over myself long enough to improve myself. Number 3 is reliable. Can people count on me? Am I somebody that people just know they're going to the bank? I can count on you. Number 4, adaptable. LinkedIn said this was the most desirable quality for hiring managers in 2020. Hello. The pandemic changed everything. It forced change on us like we've never been forced to deal with change. You didn't have any choice. It wasn't like my mom and dad used to say, eat your broccoli. Come on. And they're trying to convince me to eat the broccoli, right? We were forced to deal with the change. And so being adaptable, handling change like a mature adult, and moving through it, not like a little kid who throws a tantrum when the broccoli is forced in front of him. And number 5, the final quality, honorable, high integrity, treating others with integrity, respect, being honest, likable, coachable, reliable, adaptable, honorable. I write about those 5 qualities in the 2 chapters on stage 5 in the new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. You can pre-order it now, KenColeman.com. The reason that I detail those 5 qualities is because all of us can go from 0 to hero in those 5 areas. If you're a 0 now, you can become more likable. You can become more coachable. You can become more reliable. You can become more adaptable. You can become more honorable. And when you are a hero, a 10 in all of these areas, you will never, hear me, you will never lack for opportunity. I can tell you that right now. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. 844-747-2577. Hey, reminder, this is a safe place. If you need to change your name and your location because you've got a terrible, awful, gross, scary maybe situation, I'm here to help and will protect your privacy. Don't let that hold you back from getting breakthrough. 844-747-2577. Jane joins us in Tampa, Florida. Jane, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Jane.
So thank you for everything you do. I have gone through a major life change, and and all the Ramsey people, all your guidance has been helping me through it.
Thank you.
And
you got this. You're doing it. You're doing it. I just feel like you need to hear that right now. As I just feel all over you right now that you just feel like you're hanging on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been scary, and I've been taking the steps, trying to be brave, and I feel the Holy Spirit's making me brave when I can't really be brave.
Come on.
And
Preach
this
it.
week I called Bethel Tech to see about their a program because my friend's in the UX. And anyway, I don't necessarily think I'm a tech person or passionate, but that field has a lot of qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Or you would be good at, I think the qualities I have, I would be successful in that field.
Okay.
And I just want to be able to get a leg up and make some more money so I can stand on my own 2 feet, not need a second income, to get our household, to be self-supported, and I already work 30 to 35 hours a week. And I was talking to them, and they said that it would require, like 25 to 30 hours per week to do that program. And but it would only take 9 months. And I'm just kind of like, I really want to do it. I really want to go for it. But I'm scared to pile it on because I've never worked and gone to school at the same time. I tend to fail at one if I try to, when I dropped out of college. And
why'd you drop out of college?
I prioritize. That was 20 years ago.
I know. So how about you let it go? You were a child, Jane. Here's why I asked the question. Let me fast forward as to where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the past where you cite failure, you didn't have the motivation you have now. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see a day where you're debt-free. You see a day where you are making your dreams come true, and you're going, I don't find myself to be particularly passionate about technology, but I think I've got the skill to do it, and it might be an amazing day job which changes my family's future. That's what I think you're feeling.
Yes, exactly. I just want to, yes.
Okay,
and,
so where does that put you? That puts you on a completely different path. That is your desired future. I don't know that there's anything that can stop you from this. This is a different Jane than a 19, 20-something-year-old who dropped out of college. This is about your family. This is about a desired future. I don't see you going, I'm just too tired to show up online and take my Bethel Tech class today. I don't see that.
And I'm scared about telling my current boss because, she depends on me for a lot, and I want to tell her that I want to go to school, but then she'll know that doesn't continue with, their company.
Wait. Why do you feel the need to tell her? You're going to do your job, and you're going to keep doing a good job in the day job. You need the day job right now. The day job is keeping us stable and helping us pay for Bethel Tech so that we can step into a much better job. Why do you feel the need to tell her that you're going to go do something for yourself and make your life better?
Well, just because we're friends too. We keep that good boundary between, that she's my supervisor, but she's also been a friend to me, And so, I don't want to worry her if she's, I guess I could tell her when it gets closer to graduation.
Yeah, that was a incomplete answer.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not picking on you. I'm shining the light. You called me because you wanted an opinion. You already know what you want to do, and you know why you want to do it. You're going, I'm really scared, and I need Ken to tell me whether or not it's a good decision or not. Isn't that why you called me?
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's like I've done this before. Hey, listen. I understand that you think you're friends with her, and you are friends, but this, at the end of the day, she's got her role and you got your role, and you going to Bethel Tech and furthering your life and advancing your life by moving into technology and opening up your professional possibilities and increasing your financial gain possibilities. You don't owe that to her. All you owe her is that when you get a job, and Bethel Tech will help you get a job, that you give her the proper notice and that you finish well. You don't have to tell her everything. Now, if you want to, there's nothing wrong with that either. But I think you're also worried about what will happen if you tell her. And if you're worried about that, you need to listen to that.
Oh, like she might try to replace me early or something.
I don't know. You tell me. What are you worried about? Because I could also hear a little bit of worry about telling her.
Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe
that she gets disappointed in
her.
you. Well, guess what? It's not her call. And guess what? Because you're friends and because you're a good worker, she's going to be disappointed no matter what. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to change everything I just said, Jane. I just had a revelation. I don't want you to pursue your dreams. I don't want you to get debt-free. I don't want you to provide more for your family. I don't want you to do any of this because if you disappoint her.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, thank you. I needed that. That's that reverse engineering, right?
I just wanted you to hear how absurd your thoughts are.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you.
Because you're not absurd. You know what you're supposed to do, and your brain is too engaged. You need to tell your brain to shut up. You need to listen to your heart. I mean, I just love that you threw your head back and laughed out loud. I've never done that on the call before. I should probably do that more often. I should probably just repeat everything that I'm hearing back to you folks. Make for a lot shorter phone call. And it's like, come on. You got this, Jane. Call Bethel Tech back. Get all your answers that you need. Save up the money. Cash flow your way through it and go. And if you come out of this thing and you got a great tech job and you get everything financially stabilized and get everything going, you go, all right, now what do I really want to do if tech isn't the long-term play? But it certainly is a great day job. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you, Ken.
You got it, Jane. I really appreciate you. You're a good sport, by the way. And by the way, let me just also say this. If you're new to the program, you're going, well, Ken was a little sarcastic there. No, I wasn't. How do you think I know what the absurd thoughts are? Because I have the absurd thoughts. Still. William James, known as the father of modern psychology, once said, I've said it a million times on the show, I'm going to say it again. Nathan, we need to get a quote graphic for this one because I feel like we're going to throw it up there a million more times. Here's what he said. No matter how absurd something is, if it is repeated often enough, people will believe it. Now you just think about that. You think about politics. You think about your personal life. And let's talk about our inner thoughts for a moment. No matter how absurd something is, my boss is going to hate me. I'm going to fail and we're going to live under a bridge. I don't have the talent to do this. No matter how absurd the thoughts are, if we let them stay up here and we don't get them out of our heads and put them to the test, are they telling us the truth? Are they protecting us? Or are they lying to us and holding us back? If we don't have the courage to deal with our thoughts and we let them stay in our head, those absurdities, watch this, those absurdities become realities. So if nothing else, call me like Jane did, and we'll find out if it's absurd or if it's astute. In this case, it is absurd. You are free, Jane. Fly, little bird. Hey, real quick, I want to jump in the chat room before we get to Nick, who's on the line next. I got to say a shout out here to Alan Captain, who is watching live right now from Nairobi, Kenya. How about that? The world is flat, as we all know, thanks to YouTube. That's why we love this format. So I want to say a shout out to you, Alan. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know what time it is in Nairobi, but spread the word. We're grateful that you're watching. All right, from Nairobi, Kenya to Wendell, North Carolina. Nick joins us next. Nick, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you, Nick. What's going on today?
Okay. Recently, my fire department I work for has opened up some opportunities to promote to multiple positions. Two that I'm qualified for, certified for, and I've done before elsewhere. and I can go through two processes, and I wish I could do both, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And did you have any pointers or any guidance? Because, I want both of them equally, and you can only do one when
That's
it comes to it. And
yeah. Well, let's first acknowledge that this is a really great problem.
yes.
And so because it's a good problem, I really want you to take the pressure off. I think there's a natural pressure we put on ourselves in this situation, and I think the pressure comes from some similar voice to this. Gosh, they're both great. I'd be happy in great. I'd be happy in both. Kind of want to do both. Oh, no.
Yeah.
What if I make the wrong decision? Does that sound about right?
Yes. Now, I should probably mention that one's higher than the other when it comes to, I guess, rank and pay. Not that anything with the fire department deals with pay. We don't do it for the money, but just wanted to throw that out there as well.
That's fine.
And
so here's the deal. What I first wanted to address is you've put this massive pressure on yourself, and pressure's lying to you, and pressure's telling you that you could screw this decision up, and that, oh my gosh, you've got to pick the right one. And there's all this pressure, as opposed to, I don't think you have to pick. I think you have to lean in deeper, and the right one is going to reveal itself to you. That's my take. But I want to start there, and I'm going to tell you how we get there. But do you see the difference? Do you see the difference?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's take the pressure off. So this is just good old-fashioned examination. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple steps. You got something to write with, and you really don't have to write these down, but this is the process by which, this is what I would do. You decide if you want to do it, okay? First thing I'm going to do is good old-fashioned sitting across the kitchen table from my grandmother. I can see my nanny right now. And she'd get out a piece of paper, and she'd draw a line down the middle, and she'd write pros on the left and cons on the right. And we just list everything we can think of. And there's a whole lot of good for both of these. And based on what you said, I'm guessing there's not a whole lot of bad to any of them. But we go from, if there's nothing bad, we go to, well, this isn't desirable. But you've got to do a good old-fashioned pros and cons. Here's why. We got to get you out of your head, and we got to start writing stuff down and see it and look at it. And so I want you to do a pros and cons, including, by the way, compensation. So, for instance, one of these pays better than the other. Well, that goes on the pro side. And then the fact that this one doesn't pay as well as the other, that goes on the con side for each job. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course you do. There's nothing complex here. Now, here's the next step. You need to look at your own pros and cons, and you need to reflect on them. And then you need to just ask yourself, right today, right now, in this moment, if I could only pick one and I had to pick right now, which is the truth, you can only pick one, but we just put this pressure on you to pick one right now, which one would you pick? And so I'm putting you on the spot right now. Don't think about it, Nick. If you could only pick one, which one would you pick right now? Which one would it be? Go.
It would be for captain. It would be for just because that's where I want to end up in my career.
Okay. I think we just actually answered it because that's where I was leading you. So I'll finish out the step for everybody else listening, Nick, and we're going to come back to your answer. For everybody else, he has to answer that question, and he just did. So now he's got his answer. He's got his pros, his cons, and he goes, I'm going to pick the one for captain. And we say, why? And he just told us. Because it actually gets him to where he wants to be professionally. It's not about money. It's about leading and that role that he longs to fill. He knows it. He answered it. So now we take the pros and cons and his gut check answer, and then you go sit with people that you really, really trust that will tell you the truth. And these are people that have no emotional tie to the decision. So it can't be your wife. I don't mind you getting your wife's input. It's great. But I want to get some input from somebody outside of these jobs that has zero dog in the fight. And you run through your pros and cons list. You let them ask questions. You let them dig. You show them your gut level answer. And then you get their input. And you do it 2 or 3 or 4 times. And then you come all back together with all that information and you answer the same question again. Which one is the right decision?
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty simple stuff. I wish I could say that was brilliant. It's not. But let me take a guess. Of these two options, option A and option B, and I'm going to say that A is the captain role because that's the one you chose. I'm guessing that if you take that particular position, that's not going to pay as much right away?
That one is going to pay a little more.
Oh, good. That's even better. Okay, because I was wondering if you were dealing with this head-heart thing, which sometimes we have callers dealing with. You've kind of got the, I'm looking at all the benefits and all the luster and all the things over here, but this is what I really want to do. So in this situation, I'm going to leave you to your own device. I'm not going to make you answer that on the show, but you've got your initial gut answer. Now you got to do the rest of the process. And at the end of the day, you do what your heart tells you to do. Because what I have prescribed for you, Nick, and the rest of our audience that's watching right now, is a process by which you allow your head to do its part, the logic. So I am not saying, I don't want anybody to hear, make an emotional decision. I'm all for the emotion once I've gotten the deliberation. Logic, deliberation, then I bring in emotion. But after I've deliberated, and I gave you a process by which to do that. And that's why, this is the time we do this. Hey, Nathan, let's zoom in. Nathan, let's zoom in on the basketball over my shoulder as you folks are watching. And there's a reason why this basketball sits on my shelf. That is an autographed basketball from legendary Hall of Fame basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski from Duke. That's cool, but that's not why it sits there to impress you. It sits there because of the message. Follow your heart. Deliberation and emotion. Not emotion by itself. And here's the other thing. Not deliberation by itself. Don't just stay in your head. You got to engage your heart. So there you go. Appreciate the call, Nick. I'm really proud of you, and I'm super excited for you. You got an incredible path. The best is yet to be. 844-747-2577. Quick reminder that right now is the hottest job market we've ever seen in the history of the United States. There's a lot happening. But some of you are still going, I'm reluctant to get in the game, to make the pivot, to make the switch, because it's just a pain. The process is yuck. I got to submit a bunch of resumes. I don't hear anything back. It's just not the way it used to be, Ken. You're right. But that's why I endorse proudly and absolutely emphatically my friends at ZipRecruiter, the number one hiring site in the United States. Their candidates 3 times as likely to get hired. Why? Because they figured out the system. They got great technology. They got companies that are looking for you, talent. You go on and fill a profile up at ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. I don't want them to know that you're coming. So go to that site. It takes minutes. Fill out a profile, submit, boom, they become active recruiters, pitching you to job openings that match your profile and your resume. You don't have to do anything. They're going to give you updates when your profile gets looked at, when someone likes it, and when someone asks for your contact info and they allow the company to contact you directly. It's the easiest way to get a job. I don't know why you wouldn't try it and add it to your other strategies that I teach. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to dive into the news, and we have some fun announcements as well. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs.
We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org.
We absolutely believe in it.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you move from paycheck to purpose. How many of you want to make a really nice income, but also a tremendous impact, an impact that you want to make? Is it possible to have a gig where you show up on Monday morning and you're making good money and it matters to you? Money and meaning, is it possible, Ken? Yes, it's possible. That's why I wrote the new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. And by the way, this book comes out November 9th, and while it's a new book, let me just tell you something. No matter how much time God gives me to stay in this role, to continue coaching and counseling and cheering people on to be who they were created to be, I'm telling you that this book, From Paycheck to Purpose, there it is on the screen with my ugly mug. This book is the signature book because it is the methodology that I have lived and that I have coached and counseled, and it works. The 7 stages all the way. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. Absent of a plan, you will stay paralyzed. And this is the clear path. I guide you up the path. So, to that end, I'm very proud of the book because of what I believe it's going to do for people. And so we got a couple things to announce around the book. The first is we've got a job search giveaway right now where we're giving away our normal resume templates that you pay for. These templates are amazing, by the way. They look different than anything you've ever seen. They focus on who you know. They get hiring managers' attention. We have testimony after testimony after testimony. The resume templates were given away for free to 400 people. And a signed advanced reader copy of my new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. One of you of the 400 will get that as well. So we're giving away the resume templates. All you got to do is enter once a day. That's the max, but you can enter once a day at kencoleman.com/giveaway, kencoleman.com/giveaway. Jump on that right now. Also, November the 11th, 2 days after the book comes out, if you pre-order the book, From Paycheck to Purpose, you will get for free a ticket or a registration to join us for the live stream event From Paycheck to Purpose, Thursday, November 11th, 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern. And I'm going to make it easy for you. All you got to do is text the word purpose to 33789. Text the word purpose to 33789. It's only a $10 ticket if you don't want the book. So $10 for a game-changing event that's going to prepare you for 2022 to make the professional gains you want. Text the word purpose to 33789. Purpose, just one word. Text that to 33789. The team will get you all the links that you need. This is going to be a great event. It's going to be live here at Ramsey Solutions World Headquarters from Paycheck to Purpose Live, Thursday, November 11th, 6:45 p.m. Text the word purpose to 33789. All right, folks, I like to keep you up to speed so that you know what's going on in the news. Okay, record number of workers are quitting their jobs. Department of Labor released new data. And this is unbelievable. 4.3 million people quit their jobs in August. I didn't say fired or furloughed. This is a different world. I mean, August of 2020, it was just a bloodbath out there. 4.3 million people said, I'm out in August. That's 2.9%. Again, 2.9% doesn't seem, it's never a big number. 2.9%. Well, it is when you look at 2.9% of the working population said, I'm out of here. I'm moving on to something else. Fascinating. What's driving this? Well, there's all kinds of reasons. People want more meaning. People want more money. People want more flexibility. People want to work from home. Here's a breakdown of these numbers. 892,000 workers left restaurants, bars, and hotels, as well as 721,000 workers left retail jobs. 706,000 employees left professional business services, so that would be like a Ramsey Solutions, businesses, and 534,000 workers left in healthcare. They've had several economists analyze these numbers. One is a guy by the name of Nick Bunker from Indeed. And his take is that these numbers are a reflection of the leverage workers have in the current economic market, with job openings outnumbering unemployed workers. Well, he's absolutely right. Supply demand. And companies are offering signing bonuses, higher salaries, higher hourly wages, and even full or partial tuition. It's just the nature of the game right now. Companies are going to do what they got to do to attract talent. And so I think that is the number one driver, is people want to level up. But the why they want to level up, I'm going to tell you right now, people were forced change. They were forced to look at their life and what they're doing, and people want more meaning. They don't want just more money. They want more meaning in their work. Some people are going, I'm not coming back in. I'm going to stay in this remote deal. That's my jam. These are your two major factors that are contributing to going, yes, I'm going to make the move and take the more money and take a different path and try something different. Really, really fascinating. All said, this is the time. If I could have predicted an environment by which I wanted to be reality, when I would launch a book entitled From Paycheck to Purpose, this would be the time. And so it's very interesting. People are taking wholesale assessment of where they are. And I'm just going to speak to this audience, to your heart. You know there's more than just showing up to an okay job. It's a good job. I don't hate it. It's okay. It's good. It's good money, good benefits. And by the way, if that's good enough for you, fine. But I still believe that even in that scenario, you wonder sometimes, what would set my heart on fire? How do I make money doing that? What's the work that engages me so much that I lose track of time? What are the results that I want to contribute to the world that if I truly sit with them, I get a certain emotion? I may not boo-hoo, but I get emotional thinking about this contribution. Nobody has to teach a human being to ask the question, what should I do with my life? Where does that come from? My take is that there's a soul craving to make a significant contribution. That is good. That is honorable. And more than ever, it is possible to make a good income, a great income, and also make an impact that matters deeply to you, significant impact to you, because you see how you're contributing to the common good. It's here waiting for you. That's why I wrote the book From Paycheck to Purpose. That's why I created the Get Clear Career Assessment. You can get them now at kencoleman.com. They work together. The assessment is a compass that reveals the mountaintop. The book is the guide that gets you up. I don't want you to get to the end of your journey and look back and regret. I want you to get to the end of your journey, look back and reminisce because of the contributions that you made along the journey. 844-747-2577. That is the number. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, Jasmine Starr joins me. It's going to be amazing. World-class entrepreneur. Check her out on Instagram, Jasmine Starr. She joins us to take your questions. Hey, you matter, and you have what it takes. Press on.